Hello there, it's me, Sari, here again. And now I know it's a really long time since I've actually been on the YouTube. And the reason for that is that I have moved from one place to another. And to top things off, I've actually got myself some new furniture. I've changed almost everything in my home. So everything is either white or black, mostly white actually. And well, I just felt like it was not time for a change in my life, and the flat with all the whiteness that I moved into really got me going, and I wanted to make this big change, and hopefully I'll be inspired from that, and I'll be able to do some nice stuff to show you. Well, this time I'm here to show you a couple of things that I bought at Scrapbruket this week, or was it last week actually? I got them on Tuesday, I think. And it's Wednesday night tonight, so I got them yesterday. So I haven't really had the chance to play with them yet, as you can see or understand. But I just wanted to give you a heads up on what I've been thinking about lately. I got myself an ink spray pad from Dilutions, and with this one you can actually create your own custom foam ink pad. So what you can do is you can, first off, you need to manipulate this with water or something just to get that one going. And after that you could just mix up different kinds of water-based ink sprays. You can spray them like so, and then you can take a stamp or something, or perhaps a stencil, or just make some imprints with it. So in this way you can actually make your custom-made ink pad. So it's a different way to work with things. And hopefully I'll be able to show you some of that later. Not today though. And you know, since before that I'm into cogwheels and such, and when I saw this die set, All About a Boy from Sizzix, and I saw these two cogwheels, and I felt like, well, I really felt like I could use them, because I haven't got any of either that size or that shape. And when I got the package, I was really surprised to find that actually they come in a plastic pocket like this, and the figure here is 90% of the complete size, so you get actually a little bit bigger one. And that's a good thing, because if you want to, you could actually die cut these out of shrink plastic and make them smaller, let's say into a quarter of that complete size. So it's a nice tip, and just having this plastic pocket is a really nice bonus, I must say. So Sizzix, All About a Boy dies, thin dies, Sizzlits dies. No, not thin Sizzlits, they're just thin dies actually. And you can both cut and emboss and stencil them, so you can actually use these as those spellbinders dies. And then I went mad, I'm telling you. You know, I do like dies. The bigger the better, and the more base function they've got, the better. Let's see, I've kept some of the pictures to them. Here I've got something that is called Stacked Stars, and it's Tim Holtz's Alterations set. It comes with 4 stars that you can actually die cut out of chipboard or funky foam or something a little bit thicker, and still get that really nice and crisp image. So that's what I'm looking forward to using. Before I have bought this writing desk, it has got a nice feather and an ink bottle and a pen, 2 pens actually, to go with that ink thing. And then I've got myself something that's called Crescent Moon and Stars. So it's got a big moon there and some small stars in various sizes, and I thought that could actually be a really nice complementary thing to the other stars die that I've got. And this one is also from Tim Holtz's line at Sizzix. And then I got myself a window box die, also from Tim Holtz. Most of these big dies are from Tim Holtz, I must confess. This one shows the image at a 70%, and the final result will be this big. So here is the window that you can actually make a lantern out of or something. You can just place it, or you can make a card or something with it, I'm sure. Just let your imagination run free. And when we are talking about lanterns and such, here is something that Tim Holtz calls luminary 3D. And the meaning of this one is actually to use it twice. You die cut this one twice, and then you're ending up with things like this. And these are pre-scored, so all you have to do is fold them accordingly. So what you're going to do is to create some sort of a height to that lantern or that luminary. And here you're going to make some steps to it. So when you have assembled this to another bit, there are some flaps here that you can actually glue these down with. You're just going to glue it down like so, with that. And then you're going to take the other one and continue gluing that one down. And then you've got two pieces that some sort of triangular things. And you're supposed to make the pointy one go inwards and the flaps go out. And then you're just going to glue this one down, and then you're going to fasten it on top of that luminary. And then you also get a base for your battery-driven tea light candle. You could just put it as it is, or you could even use perhaps a toilet paper roll or something to make a stand for this one. So you could really make it pop. And you could even make these for perhaps Halloween or different kinds of seasons, really. So this is a big die, it's a long die. You will be needing some long plates. And here are actually the instructions on how to do this luminary thing. So it's a big die there. And then I got myself some 2 Sizzlets dies. Here we come finally to those Sizzlets dies that I've been talking about. The first one I'm going to show you is called Spooktacular. And it's an alphabet with a Halloween sort of looking font. Let's see if I can pop that H out so you can see the magnificentness of that letter there. Isn't that nice? And I could see myself using this for other projects than Halloween. I'm not going to be picky now, am I? And I thought also that I could make use of this one. This one is called Ribbon Flags. And there are quite a few flags that you can die cut at the same time. You can actually use these letters on top of these and make a wonderful statement like so. You can use all of these Sizzlets alphabet dies to make them work with these flags. So it's a nice thing, I think. And then I'm just going to give you a peek through at this one. Spooktacular, wonderful die or font, isn't it? And then to finish things off with the dies, you know, when I saw this, I first thought, well, I got the smaller one. Do I really need the big one as well? Well, I had to think about it for a little bit, and then I just decided, well, why not? I mean, it's a nice thing that you can die cut these letters out of funky foam, as I told you before, chipboard, grunge board, some kind of a board-like thing. I mean, this is going to be really nice. And the size of these letters is really nice. It's approximately, could be 3 centimeters. I did have a letter here before. Here's an O that I have cut out beforehand just to show us what it looks like. So here is the size of that. So you can see it's a really nicely sized letter. And when it comes to those lanterns or luminaries that I talked to you about before, imagine cutting it out of this glittery paper. It's a paper that comes from Dovecraft, and this is a glittered card, white. It's an A4 size, and the same thing goes for this black. I saw Annelies at Scrapbruket, the owner actually. She made a beautiful lantern out of this for Halloween, and she decorated with some orange flowers and such. Really nice. And the best part of this paper is that the glitter doesn't really fray off. I mean, it stays on it. It's really nicely glued down, so I must recommend you to look at that. And, well, I'm soon going to be finishing this video. I'm crazy about embossing folders, and I'm especially crazy to find myself a nice brick wall thingy here. And I pre-embossed this just to see what it looks like, and I do feel like it's quite alright. And it's a nice pattern and everything, so I'm hoping I'll be getting use of this. It's a Darice embossing folder. And while I was at it, I actually decided on getting myself another wooden... I can't remember the name for it now, can I? I did have a, let's see if I can find it here, wood grain background, that's what it's called. So it's a nice looking embossing folder there, and I just used the last of a piece of that package. Just look at that wonderful texture there. There is. And then I got myself lost when I saw these beautiful stamps from Marianne Design. And here's something from Amsterdam, Berlin, and Utrecht, London, Roma, South Africa, Warsaw, Brussels, I think it's Russia there, Copenhagen, Stockholm, Helsinki, finally something from Finland, you say, Oslo and Tokyo, Japan. So just felt like I would definitely make use of these sometime. And then there are these dates. I have to look into these to see what they actually represent. I don't know. And here's the final thing that I got. Some ideology word bands. And expedition, salvaged, curiosities, observations, found objects, collections and such. I'm sure I'll be able to use these to make a nice project or two out of these, hopefully. So that's it from me. I'm going to sign off right now, and hopefully you'll be seeing more of me in the future. Okay, bye-bye.